I am crazy. Like, really, I am crazy. I thought that one video was enough to be working on. I got to two, and I thought that was crazy. I'm at three. No, I'm at four videos right now, and I'm just keep on going. I mean, at the exact same time, I really am in the mood for making videos, but just the recording part. At some point, I'm gonna have to turn around and edit and add in all the pictures, and I don't want to do that. That's my least favorite part. But it got to be done for it to be uploaded. Otherwise, this is all pointless. But anyways, right now I wanted to talk about a really one of the more influential battles in the Clone Wars. It happened early on, but the Battle of Kamino, a very influential battle, and I wanted to break this battle down, and I wanted to talk about why this battle was so strategically genius. So all of that and more on today's episode of Star Wars Nerds and Geeks. So I was watching the Clone Wars episode where this battle comes from, and it was really hard for me to figure out the positioning and the number of ships on each side. So the figures that I'm going to show you right now is just a estimate, a guess by me. So why would the Separatists want to attack Kamino? I mean, Kamino has no. It's out in the middle of nowhere. It has no hyperspace value, no positioning value, and it's really heavily defended by the Republic. Well, quite simply, Kamino is the home to all of the clone making facilities. So without Kamino, the Republic isn't able to make any more clones. And when the Republic isn't able to make any more clones, the Separatists gain a massive advantage. So therefore, that is why General Grievous and Asajj Ventress teamed up and took as much forces as they could muster to go attack the planet of Kamino. Now, when you see the forces in a minute, you'll think, what? That's it? And I know it looks crazy that this is as much this is that the fleets are this small, but actually these are giant fleets. Um, the First, remember that each of these ships are ginormous, and then second, remember that there are thousands of worlds that each of these sides has to protect, and so even getting a fleet of this size is really hard because they have to pull forces from different planets. And if they leave a planet undefended, well, that's not going to be good because then the other side's able to take out that planet really easily. So that's definitely part of the reason why these fleets look so small. So now, pre-battle, the episode starts with Anakin and Obi-Wan intercepting a transmission between General Grievous and Asajj Ventress. And the transmission essentially goes like this. Grievous says, "Hey, Asajj Ventress, you ready for this battle?" And Asajj Ventress goes, "You know I am. Let's go get these Republic scum." Something like that. So Anakin and Obi-Wan are like, "Oh no, we gotta protect Kamino." And Rex and Cody emphasize that, saying, "Kamino's our homeworld. We have to defend it." And actually, the quote goes, "With all due respect, General, if someone comes to our home, they better be carrying a big blaster." And then Cody says, "I concur with Captain Rex, sir. This is personal for us clones." And yes, this battle is very personal to the clones, which is why they fought so hard. So, I don't have any exact numbers, but I estimate when General Kenobi and Commander Skywalker got to Kamino, their forces, plus the defense fleet already at Kamino, was roughly 10 Venator class Star Destroyers, a few, I saw two, there's maybe more, but a few Arquitine class light cruisers, I hope I'm saying that right. And then it looked like there were two Acclamator assault carriers. And then of course you have your fighter complement, which included Anakin Skywalker, who is a squadron on his own. He's an incredible pilot. Along with some squadrons of Y-wings, a whole bunch of squadrons of what look like, what are they called? ARC 170s, ARC 170s, and then a couple of squadrons of V-19 Torrents. So, as you can see, the Republic is very well defended. For the Separatist fleet, when you're looking at the battle plans, like the holographic image of the battlefield, you see exactly three Lucre Hulk battleships, and that's about all for the exact numbers. Then when you go into the space, you see that there are I'm estimating, but it looks like there are two Recussant class light destroyers and about six Munificent class star frigates, and then of course General Grievous's flagship, the Invisible Hand. So that is a pretty sizable fleet. It's a lot smaller compared to the Republic fleet, and when you're looking at the picture, I accidentally made the Separatists a lot bigger than the Republic, but the Republic has a bigger fleet, and their ships are bigger, and they have more. They don't. I don't think they have more starfighters. The Separatists have droids, so they naturally have all these different, a whole bunch of vulture droids, and all these different starfighters, and they just can overwhelm the Republic. But ship-wise, the Republic has a bigger fleet. T comments on the size of the Separatist fleet, saying, "Their fleet is not as large as I expected." And it's very strange because it does seem like a sizable force, but it's nothing compared to the Republic force. It would easily get demolished by the Republic. So why on earth would the Separatists want to have this? Would want to waste all these ships on a desperate attempt to attack Kamino? Well, this is where the genius comes in. See, somehow, and don't ask me how, I haven't been able to figure it out, but somehow, Asajj Ventress was able to infiltrate Kamino, and she's hiding in the waters of Kamino, with a small assortment of Trident-class assault ships. So she and her Trident-class assault ships are hidden under the water. And as the Republic fleet destroys the Separatist fleet, the Republic is breaking apart their ships, and you can see the debris falling down towards the ocean. And when it lands into the ocean, that is when Asajj Ventress and her Trident-class assault ships go over, and they use the wreckage to create a assault force to attack Kamino, and specifically they are attacking the city. The city Tapoka City, which is where most of the cloning facilities were. So all this wreckage comes down, and Asajj Ventress and her Aqua droids are taking this wreckage and making a assault force out of it. And of course, this is the genius, as I said. The Separatists knew that to break through the Republic blockade by pure force would take so much effort. So instead, they go smart about it. They protect their three control ships so that they can relay commands down to Kamino. And the other ships they throw recklessly at the Republic, hoping that the Republic shreds through them. Shrapnel falls down. The shrapnel ends up becoming the force that will take on Kamino. So now what? Well, Obi-Wan Kenobi suspects what's starting to happen, and he dives under the water to investigate. But by the time he finds out, it's too late. The assault has begun. And yet again, it looks like a very, very intimidating, strong force. But when the generals take a closer look at it, they realize that it looks threatening, but it's really not enough to take on the city. There's not enough droids. The clones will eventually repel the droids. All that will happen to Kamino is will suffer a little bit of damage and a lot of clone losses, which is tough, but is nothing compared to what the Separatists would lose. So then they start trying to figure out what the plan here is. So what is the plan? Well, Grievous takes his clones, and they're just wrecking havoc. They're trying to kill as many clones as they can. They're trying to make a permanent damage, and they are also kind of there to distract. They pull all the clones away. They even are able to pull Obi-Wan Kenobi away. However, Obi-Wan suspects what they're after, and he sends Anakin to the chamber where all the DNA for each clone, for all the clones that the Kaminoans make, it's the DNA, the original person that they clone them from. So the Separatists Asajj Ventress goes to this chamber, and she finds Jango Fett's DNA, and she takes it. And then a battle ensues between Anakin Skywalker and Asajj Ventress to take this Jango Fett DNA. Now, what's the importance of Jango Fett's DNA? Number one, the Jedi, the Republic, can't get Jango Fett's DNA back because he is dead. They could take the DNA from some of the original clones, but that would be, if you've ever copied a photo on a printer, just keep copying and copying it, you see it starts getting watered down almost. And so that's what would happen to the clones. They would end up becoming not so good copies. They would end up becoming worse clones. So you don't want that to happen. But that they could always find a new clone candidate. What the bigger impact of stealing Jango Fett's DNA is if you have Jango Fett's DNA, you could look through it and you could find flaws in it, and you could find, say, specific diseases that they're prone to, and you could completely obliterate the clone army you create a certain virus that only targets Jango Fett DNA and is very good at it, and then suddenly the entire clone army is wiped out. It's a very easy win for the Separatists at that point. So the Fett DNA has to be closely guarded. It's a very dangerous thing for the Separatists to have. So Anakin and Asajj Ventress fight it out, and of course, it's a Clone Wars TV show. The good guys have to win, so Anakin takes the DNA from Asajj Ventress, and Asajj Ventress and Grievous escape, and that's the end of the battle. But was this battle truly a loss of the Separatists? I mean, yes, technically the Republic won, but I feel like the Wikipedia article on the Battle of Kamino summarizes this very well. It says, the attack on Kamino proved the Republic had intelligence leaks and that every Republic planet was vulnerable to assault. Also, it led to a boost in Separatist morale. Now, this was a really great thing. First off, boosting your troops' morale, your supporters' morale, is always a great thing in war, because it means that you are going to fight harder, you're going to fight longer, and people are going to believe in you, more people will join you. So that's always a good thing. Second, the Republic could have thought we were invincible, that the Kamino was invincible, but while the Republic was able to hold off the Separatists, this battle proved that the Separatists are able to infiltrate the places that the Republic thought were invincible, and that definitely lowered the Republic's morale, which is not a good thing in war. But yeah, that is the Battle of Kamino. I hope I did it justice. Any suggestions on how to do talking about these battles in future videos, because I want to do it more? Any suggestions about that, you can put it in the comments. And until next time, may the Force be with you. This is Star Wars Nerds and Geeks signing off. See you next time.